welcome to another Creepypasta video. I haven't made one of these in a year. I'm pretty sure I'll be rusty. Oh well. Well, today's story, because I've been playing a lot of Spyro lately, so why don't I look at a Spyro Creepypasta? So I found one. It's a Trollpasta and it's titled Spyro the Unseen. It's about this kid who finds this haunted Spyro 3 cart, and we all know what happens with those type of stories. So here we go. Let's jump right in. Let me just say, I love the Spyro series. I grew up with Spyro 1 and 2, and the rest of the games, even the crappy mobile ones, but not the third game, Year of the Dragon. So I so badly wanted it, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and the few shops that had it were expensive. It was quite a few years after the last of the Insomniac trilogy was released, so obviously people were fighting to get the games before they sold out forever. If only I had gotten there earlier. I don't know, have you ever heard of, something like, I don't know, eBay, Amazon, Google, CoolROM, emulation, any of those? Okay. I was in town by myself. It was late. Almost midnight. I'm not gonna say anything here. Every shop was shut. I had missed the last bus and was just about to head off to home when this random guy approached me. Really? We're going that route? Okay. He had wild eyes, and I was scared because he was brandishing a game box at me and spoke in a raspy voice. I had no phone on me to call the police, but when I made out what he was saying, I stopped dead. "Take it!" he hissed. "Get it out of my sight! That poor girl!" Oh, this should be creepy. Brilliant. What was he on about? I took the game anyway. Yeah, dumbass, you took the game from stranger. That's sure gonna work out for you in the long run. I guess I was stupid back then. Young. No. When I held the box up to the light, I saw it was Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon! Okay, I said, hiding my excitement. Finally, I've been waiting for this game for God knows how long. The guy vanished. I headed home hurriedly, excited to try out my new game. When I got home, nobody was awake. Perfect. I dusted off my old PS1 and slotted the memory cards into place. Oh, now I know the story is dated. People use PS2s these days. I put in the disc before noticing something weird. The characters on the disc's labels seemed to have sad eyes. Oh, we're already getting into the creepy territory before we actually get into the creepy part. Okay, that's brilliant. Also on the box, one of them, the kangaroo, was staring straight out at me. As I never had close enough look at the disc or box, I decided to let it go and just play it. So I did. Okay, you don't need to say, so I did. We can get the idea that you are just going to play it, so you don't need to put, so I did. That's just irrelevant. The title screen came up fine, the Insomniac logo, the music, fine. But when I had selected a file to use, Spyro flashed to me a quick, upset look, staring straight at me just like the kangaroo did. I blinked, but he was gone, and the first cutscene was playing. Then it got really weird. I mean, it wasn't weird already? At the point where you see the rabbit, Bianca, for the first time, she gave me such an angry glare that my heart skipped.
I took deep breaths and calmed down. I hadn't seen her before either. Maybe it was her normal design. When the other dragons woke up and discovered Bianca taking their eggs, they only half-heartedly attacked her. She escaped easily, but before she went down the hole again, she looked out at me. But this time, she looked as if she is going to cry. Now I'd seen this part of the cutscene before, and never did she look like that. Oh, so you have heard of YouTube! That's great, I was worried that you were a complete dumbass. I'd gotten this game from a random guy in the street. It was sure to be glitchy. I lost some spot. Alright, here we go. So I played on as normal, and I played all night and got to the super bonus round. I'm barely... I'm not gonna mention it. I noticed something else. When Spyro entered the level, Bianca wasn't there. I had played this level before. Okay, Okay. If you've never had Spyro 3, how have you played the game before? You did not mention anything about using an emulator or playing at a friend's house. You do know you have to show and not tell that you have a sign of knowing what the heck you're doing, right? And knew that when you stepped onto the snow, she's supposed to appear. In the time of playing, I'd fallen in love with the sorceress as apprentice. Ew. Gross. So I went back to Sunrise Spring Home to look for her. Sunrise Spring Home was dead. The trees were bare, the portals were closed, and the sky was gray. Sheila the kangaroo stole outside her portal, and that's when I lost complete control over to Spyro. He went over to Sheila and she spoke to him. She said these exact words. You could have stopped her, you know. You could have saved her. You'll see what's happened, and it's your fault. Sheila turned ghostly white, then transparent. Her eyes turned red, and she pointed to the ledge just below Sunny Villa. Spyro jumped up and flew there, and when he landed, Bianca appeared. She was wearing black robes, the hood up like they were before she went to Spyro's side earlier in the game. Spoilers! Spyro seemed to be saying something, but I couldn't hear. I suddenly regained control of Spyro and, with shaking hands, directed him away from Bianca, away from that area, and to the balloon I had to escape. Behind me, Bianca yelled, "It's your fault!" Hairball. What was Spyro's fault? I said my thoughts aloud to the TV. Now, that a mistake I'll never see again. Okay, you didn't put the S right in there after that's a mistake. And also there is no apostrophe S in that's. I don't even think that's is a real word. It might not be, I could be wrong. I haven't taken an English class in forever. After a while, I calmed down. I made Spyro walk through the forest and back to Sheila's portal. She was gone, but there was a little wooden sign with a note pinned to it. I didn't have time to read it because Spyro ignored my controller commands and went back to the ledge. Bianca was still there. She was staring at Spyro. Well, I assume she was. She wasn't doing anything else. Her head was directed to Spyro and her face couldn't be seen. And once again, I said, "What's Spyro's fault?" "Not is yours," she said. Huh? You needed to put quotation marks right there. Because now you just look like you're just being part of the narration. It's kind of weird. Bianca suddenly snapped her head up and looked straight at the screen at me. You could have just said look straight at the screen. You didn't need to add the at me part. That's just more redundant information. That's irrelevant. The last thing I saw was the note from Sheila. It said, "Your fault, Elizabeth. You destroyed our souls. We will never be the same again, and it's your fault. We will come for revenge. You will join us. Your fault." Okay, you needed to add quotation marks right there at that sentence. You just made it look like it's part of the narration. Have some continuity in your story. The screen went black and white and fuzzy. Don't you mean the screen went black, white, and then fuzzy? I screamed. In the fuzz, the ghostly forms of Bianca and Sheila appeared. What? They were in human forms, though. One with brown hair, Sheila, and one who was blonde, Bianca. Ew. Gross. Ew. Do not throw this game away, they said in unison. Oh, look, there's quotation marks. So you do know what quotation marks are. I ignored them and ripped the disc out, smashed it with a nearby hammer, and threw it in the trash. A little bit of overkill, don't you think? Could have just broken the game in half multiple times and chucked it into a trash can. Not even getting a hammer. The next day, two of my best friends, both of whom were Spyro fans. Okay, where do these two characters come from? One with brown hair and one who was a blonde were killed. Okay. Wow. They were both wearing black clothes. I swear, I will never play a creepy Spyro game again.
And that was Spyro the Unseen. A Trollpasta, and it really shows. See, the story could have some potential for a creepy video game, but here's the problem. It just doesn't feel like the ideas on it really want to come through completely. For instance, the story doesn't show, but it tells, and that's a big issue with it. In a story like this, you need to show and not tell. Another thing, the continuity in this story is severely lacking. Like, if you say you've never had the opportunity to play Spyro 3, and then you said that you've played this level before, how is that possible when you explicitly state you have never been able to play this game? How have you not been able to read that? That's a huge issue. Trollpasta or not, you should be able to fix that. And the grammatical errors are like so many. Like, it doesn't seem like they knew when to put quotation marks or put commas or anything like that. So for the story, I kind of would give it a D for having a neat idea, but it just doesn't pull through anything, and the issues with the story are bogging it way down than it needs to. And with that, well, I'll see you guys in the next Creepypasta video, if I make another one. Bye.